Hey guys, this is Jason again with Outside Paws, and today we are talking about whether or not you can camp anywhere in a national forest. The great thing is that you absolutely can camp anywhere in a national forest. However, there are usually some restrictions and rules and guidelines that you need to be aware of if you plan on camping anywhere in a national forest, or if you plan on doing dispersed camping in a national forest. And one of the amazing things about camping anywhere in a national forest is that almost always it is completely free, which is great. Honestly, it took me a while to get used to that because, I was used to camping in campgrounds where you'd spend $50 or $30 or maybe $15 at some of the national parks per night for camping. And so when I heard about dispersed camping or free camping in these national forests, I quickly went to that because, who doesn't like to save money? I mentioned, however, that there usually are rules and restrictions when you're camping in national forests, so let's go over some of them now so that you can be more informed about, camping anywhere in a national forest. One of the first ones that is usually the case is that you're usually not allowed to camp within 200 feet of any water source or waterway, including lakes and streams. So make sure that if when you're choosing a campsite, that you're staying away from sources of water. One of the other popular ones that are in most national forests is that if there's already an existing campsite in the area that somebody's camped at before, you're encouraged to camp in that spot instead of making a new campsite. And that just helps reduce the impact on the natural environment and the wildlife that you're camping in. Also, in regards to human waste, when you're camping for free and dispersed camping in national forests, there more than likely won't be any toilets nearby. So in regards to human waste, or pet waste for that matter, that needs to be buried at least 6 inches deep, and it has to be at least 200 feet away from any water source or waterway. These next few rules and restrictions are probably really more common sense than anything, but they still bear repeating, and they're always good reminders. The first is that you always practice leave no trace when you're camping or dispersed camping in national forests. And this simply just means to whatever you bring in with you, you take out. Don't leave any trash or debris behind at your campsite. In regards to fires or campfires, it's important to check whatever national forest you're camping in to make sure there isn't a fire ban. And if there's not one, you can collect firewood around you, around the campsite. Just make sure that you're doing it responsibly and not cutting down any live trees or branches and things like that, and look for fallen branches and logs to use for your campfire. And lastly, obviously it goes without saying, but it bears repeating, if you do have a campfire at your dispersed campsite in a national forest, absolutely positively make sure that the campfire is completely out before you leave that spot. A lot of times you're going to be camping in very remote areas and there's nobody coming behind you to make sure that your campfire is out if it happens to spark back up again. So please make sure that you completely put the campfire out before leaving the campsite. Okay, now that we know that you can camp anywhere in a national forest, with some restrictions, and you know that you can camp for free and some of the rules and regulations that go with camping in a national forest, I thought it was important to actually discuss a little bit about what it's like when you're camping or dispersed camping in a national forest. And I think the best word to describe it is primitive. There are usually no amenities to speak of, no water, no bathrooms, just pretty much no amenities. So if you do plan to go the route or try free dispersed camping in a national forest, you need to be completely self-sufficient. Food, water, all your basics you need to have covered in your camping gear in order to successfully camp. But the benefit of dispersed camping, beyond just the fact that it's free, is that it's, gets kind of back to nature. You're not shoved into a campground on a tiny little spot of land with 50 other people around you that can be noisy or whatever. You actually just get to be in nature and enjoy the peace and solitude of camping. Okay, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you're looking for some more information about, how to camp in a national forest and what to expect, um, I did write a really helpful article on my website, outsidepulse.com. I'll put the link in the description below, but it basically just covers in depth even more information about what to expect and how to camp successfully in a national forest. Also, if you don't mind, we'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button, as this helps us with YouTube and them sharing our content. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day and you get out there to those national forests and start camping in them.